In my point of view, social media does not isolate. Out of 100% of people, 80% of people knows that its disadvantages and advantages. Even though if they get addicted and communication skills in real life will decrease. If they were addicted, it's not social media's fault, it's the people's fault. Social media is in this modern world it is essential for advertisement, for like since it also gives employment. For example, we have Meesho, LinkedIn for job opportunities. So in home itself we can use Meesho like we can. We can do online business also. So the point which I'm trying to convey is all social media also has advantages and disadvantages, but we should try to utilize its advantages and also ignore its disadvantages.
Disadvantages and how it isolates us. Well, social media is the invention from this 21st century, and it only isolates us. Well, the thing is that before back when social media it was not invented, we didn't hesitate and we can convey our points easily. But now, since we are using just mobile phones and everything, our private space is increased. While our communications are decreased with real people, while we are communicating only with our phones to the unknown people that we don't even know. So what I say is that social media increases our private space and it decreases our communication skills.
Disadvantages. While I strongly oppose to that point, now we all know that social media gave us a lot of boons and a lot of wishes that we get. But while we celebrate the advantages, we must be aware of the negatives that also it poses. Now, I think the feeling of connectivity happens when it has a face-to-face level interaction. Well, that is the thing that social media is lacking. I can video call to my friend, but I don't think I'll have the same fun when I meet him in person, interact with him, have fun with him, etc. So that is what I think social media is lacking. When we see a lot of videos in social media that people show their happiest times, that spotless faces and perfect bodies, they only share their happiest times with you. It is humans' nature to actually compare their lives with each other. So people tend to compare their life. This causes low self-esteem. So when I meet somebody who is very experienced, I tend to gain a lot of knowledge. So I think while we celebrate the gifts, we also have to be aware of the negatives that it poses.
About social media that isolates us. The social media is just for bragging each other. Bragging one who is making a video. As Erin said, we can talk. We will get fun when we talk face to face, but we will not get the happiness when we see the mobile phone or something. And when we see mobile phone, our eye power gets decreased, and it leads to the distractions from studies and other things. The person who is making the videos get profit, but who is seeing does not get profit. He can enjoy this thing, but he will not get into the thing what they are doing, and he will just like and share the things, but he will not get that thing what he can do. So, and I need to say other thing is when
It connects people. For this point, I'm going to say recently, you know about the Israel-Palestine war. You know it. So we got this all eyes on Rafah. You know, in that Palestine, the Palestinians are very poor and they are asking for money. So this time the social media like Instagram, they got the option like if you post a story about all eyes on Rafah, each $1 is donated to that poor Palestinians. So I think in this way social media connects people, and nearly lakhs and crores of people were donated their money by putting a story in their post. So I think social media connects people.
saying like this, but many fake things are coming, right?
First that we should be aware of it. If you are not aware means you can't see social media, right?
Does everyone are aware of that?
Then we get the problems less, right?
Social media is saying that we can get aware, but something or something not 3/4 of the day is saying that social awareness, but it is not original. It's such a fake thing.
But day by day the technology is going to grow only. So we should be in our control, right?
I totally agree with the point of Lifonaka because for example during the past elections we were connected. We are one set of people who are supporting other party, or another set of people are supporting another party. But the it shows the unity, right? There like Palestine, Israel. So people are engaged together in the world. It's directly like this home is only the only place. There are also a beautiful world. The internet shows that there is a wonderful world ahead, and there is also good things and bad things in the world. And social media gives us awareness, I think, in my point of view.
It just gives us awareness, but it does not.
We can communicate from here to there. This social media gives many good information and bad information. It makes the people to addicted to it. We control it. We cannot prevent from the addiction of social media.
As you said, we can use that, but we can use.
We get the news from another doctor. We can get the news to us in an instant, and it is not this. And social media is not responsible for the bad deeds it brings to us. And social media is also very powerful medium through which we can learn so many things, and we can gather so much information.
Hello gentlemen, this is Faria. My name is Lingeshwaran. I am going to talk against the social media. Nowadays, small children are also addicted to social media. In their lives, mostly they will see by phone and they will wasted their times. No one will be reading books and this or that. I am saying only 80% of small children. I am not saying 100%. In olden days, in leaves and all, we will play outdoor, not inside. But nowadays, small children are seeing social media and staying in their homes. Social media has spoiled many of them lives.
That time Maharashtra said lies and books also.
Yes, there are many we have easy. They have most wrong information and many have fallen to their trap.
But people have six senses, right? They need to know
With the poor people, he put more money and we show it to the public. So by this way, the social media takes the good welfare things to all other people all over the world. It also helps in this way, right?
Any influences we can Google them and we can know them. We are just very lazy to know them by searching, and we are hearing what other people are searching. Nowadays, so many youngsters are getting social anxiety due to using so many social medias. There are so many parts in social medias. We are isolated and we get loneliness by social media. Melissa Hunt had said that limiting social media can decrease our depression and depression. It shows that people who use so much social media are the ones who are most like to get loneliness and
The brain states, few years back started by Mr. Beast, they have achieved the planting 20 million trees, all because of social media. I also agree with Akshat. In social media, not only with green media.
Nishant is also right, but we are studied by social media by Google Meet in lockdowns. Do you think about that? We are learned by the Google Meet.
Communicate with people who are in various places.
Yes, I'm not saying about that. I'm not saying about that communication. I'm saying that what the students do on that time. They are just cheated their parents, and when they are teaching, they just play the games.
Time, the social media helps us by our studies, by Gmail. And for saying that we used WhatsApp for the messages to say we are having online classes, and we have more job opportunities nowadays for all the youths, and we have more languages to learn from this example Duolingo. And
Media actually use is virtually connect us using video calls or something else. But actually what we lack is confidence, what we need to speak face to face, and most of them coming to the point of inferring conflicts within themselves, as when we convey through social media, as Ms. Erin said, we always say happiest things what we seen on the day or soon, but what we say might provoke the others to think something else of themselves. Majority will always go to the negative path. That is what the disadvantage of social media, and that cannot be prevented.
Now, there's a point that they came up with influencers actually. Now, this word itself says these people influence our life. Now, they told about a lot of good examples and good influences that happen in our life. But there are a lot of influencers who you might think is right but is actually not. Now, there is a very common issue in social media which is actually body shaming. Now, there is one news that I've read about is I think she's a JEE topper. She got she got the highest mark. So she posted a video of her reacting to her marks on social media. She studied on how much she scored. It was about how bad looking she was. It was about how much hair she had on her face or how fat she looked. Is this what social media is for? I think if there are good people around her, they would have definitely supported and they would have appreciated for her hard work. But what those comments, there was not even a single comment that said congratulations or you did it. All the comments were about how bad she was or how bad she looked. Actually not. So this is why social media isolates people. That's my point. Thank you.
And I like to conclude with that social media isolates us just by virtually seems to connecting us and really lacking the natural confidence of humans.
And I will not recommend using social media for a long time, as it affects our valuable time with our family members while we interact with and make connections with the other strange people on the internet. So I'll conclude by social media isolates us.
I am agree with that social media is helpful for people because most of the lockdown times it will helps to studies and most of doubts in Google, so it is helpful.
I surely say that social media connects us because it helps in developing our business. Half of the news are getting from the social media that we are saw in the TV and newspapers.
I absolutely think that social media connects us in a very high value because in our WhatsApp we have a feature that allows us the video calls where we can see the person in visual even though we are not with them.
I conclude social media always desolates us because though we are just speaking to anyone into the phone, we don't get the real life experience, and and world is not social media. We always long to see them, and we would speak with them with everything we have. But when we had social media, we would hear the message that we can anytime call them, we can anytime speak to them. So you just speak to them like 1 or 2 minutes and just hangs our phone.
I surely say that the time when we spend during seeing that social media, we spend with our family, that happiness will never can be given by any other thing.
I would like to conclude my speech that social media isolates us. That when we start to use social media, when we talk to a random stranger or someone who whom will scam us, and we will be cybercrime. So please use social media as per limit. Thank you.
Hi, I am K. Sanjay. I am here to tell about social media isolates us. People are using mobile phones for talking and seeing other people's, but they are not speaking to real people, and they are feeling loneliness. Thank you.
I would stress on the word isolate in the term of social media, because social medias are not used in the times of natural disasters like flood, earthquake. The humans are just need them to move from one place to another, not to save the social media. So I say social media isolate others.
Well, in my opinion, I believe that social media is one of the biggest inventions of the 21st century. Why? In earlier days, we sent letters to communicate with other people, which took lots of days to reach them. But now we use social media to communicate with various people around the world. It also makes long distance relationships better. So I believe that social media is a good thing.
I believe that social media connects the world. Social media is not perfect, but it is good. Nothing in the world is perfect. Social media is the way to connect the world and its people from different regions and different cultures.
Hi everyone. I would tell that social media would connect us because some people who were afraid of the challenge, they will post a video and show their talents to express them. By this way, the social media help us everyone to express their talents, and at the same time, if we use more net, and it will affect our eyes, and we should use social media limits. Thank you.
So I also accept some of the points, disadvantages told by my other classmates. But there is you can see in this group discussion, lot of my friends talk about positivity, and there itself the majority wins. And I believe that we can control its negative impacts, and we can move towards we can utilize its positive impacts.
I'm concluding that social media helps this generation in studies. Thank you.
In a country like India, we have like linguistic divide, region-wise divide, caste divide, etc. But these are outspoken through social media by good influences. So I think I conclude with social media connects us.
I conclude that social media isolates us in a connected world. Let us not forget the basic face-to-face level interaction. So let us also remember the negatives and be aware of it while we are overwhelmed by its positivity. Thank you.
So I would like to say that social media has pulled all our lives into that single electronic, which is causing more health hazards nowadays. So as everybody said, kids now are playing more games in mobiles, and we are forgetting to play together outdoor games and think what will happen to the next near future behind us. So I would like to conclude that social media isolates us more. Thank you.
So in my opinion, I think social media isolates us. 90% of the people are becoming introverts just because of social media, and it breaks our emotional bond with the people. So I conclude that social media isolates.